So, what is logic? Well, logic is a science that is concerned by truth and proveness of statements, and by their relationship. Logic today is more about idealization and formalization. What do I mean by that? Well, let me show you an example. If I have here these two statements, first one is if it rains, then it is cloudy. And second one is it rains. So, from these two statements, we can assume that it's cloudy, right? Let's look at another one. First say that if Peter is tired, then Peter sleeps. And the second say Peter is tired. So, from these two, we can assume that Peter sleeps. So, in these two examples, you may notice that even though these expressions had completely different content, first one was about raining and second one about some Peter, they both had the same form. And the form simply looks like this. The first statement looked like this, where the sign between A and B means implication. You better remember that because we will use that later on. And what this implication means in real world? It means if A, then B, where instead of A and B can be any Boolean statement. And Boolean means that it can be true or false. So if I go back to our examples, I can rewrite that like this. Raining implies cloudy. So instead of A, we have raining, and instead of B, we have cloudy. The second statement can transfer to raining, because there is no logical connective, and I will talk more about this in next lectures. It is okay if you don't understand something from this lecture. I will talk more about these things in following lectures. So, the assumption that we used was from A implies B, and A, we can deduct B. So, if I transfer previous example using this form, it will look like this. Raining implies cloudy and raining. And we deducted from these two statements that it is cloudy. And the second example looks similar. Tired implies sleep and tired. And we deducted sleep. This might still be a bit confusing, but don't worry, I will go to details in following lectures. So the important thing to take from this lecture is that we use something called form in logic, and that is just this A implies B. We use something called logical connectives, and that is, for example, implication. And we are trying to deduct from some expressions other expressions, where expression is, for example, it rains or Peter is tired, okay? That is all for this lecture, and I will see you next time.